Finally, you've awoken. My mind has been a while. You took quite the rest there. I almost got tired of waiting for you to wake up. The thought of you making a wonderful meal, I admit, has crossed my mind more than once, however. Then I remembered my true intentions. My name is Caenum, by the way. Before I start explaining, however, I should probably remind you of how you got here. As I remember it, you were walking through the forest, not really paying attention to your surroundings. Rather foolish right here, if I'm being honest, but anyway. I used your unawareness to my advantage, and took the chance to strike. Us Mantis people can be incredibly fast, especially with reaction times. So I guess even if you had noticed, you still wouldn't stand a chance. I snatched you up, and in fear, I suppose you fainted. I then carried you back home in my arms. Back to my home. Humans apparently aren't very good at surviving certain weathers, and I didn't want you dying just yet. My, did you look wonderful in my arms. So gentle, so peaceful. I admit, my curiosity was sparked. Now I think I'll tell you a bit about myself. I'm a mantis, a subspecies, I suppose, to centaurs and driders. As far as I'm aware, I'm the last of my kind. We used to be native to these parts and very powerful, and yet everyone seems to have disappeared. You see, I've been asleep for a very long time. Seemingly, I was bitten by a certain sort of drider. I assumed they would be able to cure me and I'd be fine within a day. However, I fell asleep, and when I woke up, no one was around. There was no trace of anyone having been there in years. Mantis don't go into hibernation, but apparently I did, and therefore must have been presumed dead. So I woke up in a rotting wooden coffin. The burial cave was cold and dank and smelling of decay. That was a few days ago. I used to be a warrior. Not just that, but a warlord. The good old days. My ways of taking out enemy driders were most effective. Thousands had perished under my command. Oh, it was magnificent. The scent of blood and dirt were most enjoyable. I suppose, as I was assumed dead, the driders used this to their advantage and slaughtered my people when they realized their greatest threat was neutralized for the time being. So now I'm left alone. Well, apart from you now, my dear. You see, I do not wish for my kind to end with me. We were mighty once, and we can be mighty again. To do that, you see, I just require a mate. Hey, shh, don't struggle. I'll give you time to get used to me. Don't worry. It's not even autumn yet, so you have nothing to worry about for the time being. However, my nymphs will require a mother, so when the time comes, I hope you'll be ready. The look on your face is rather amusing. Were you not expecting this? I know it's rather sudden, but I do only want the best for my species, and so far you seem like a wonderful candidate to assist me in continuing this bloodline of mine. Besides, humans usually take mates and reproduce anyway. Right. I am much more powerful than any human. Perhaps that'll help with your willingness? Surely there isn't any competition more suited to you than I. Until the breeding season comes around, we can stay here together in this cave for as long as required. Of course, I shall bring you the nutrients you will need to provide strong offspring. And I will also protect you from any predators you might encounter. As I mentioned before, I've led my kind into many successful battles. I was one of the strongest of my kind, looked up to by many and lusted after by countless females. However, as you can probably tell by the fact that I am still in one piece, I knew if I wanted to continue to lead my fellow Manti into battle successfully, I would require all of my body parts. There are only a few battles out of the many I haven't completed successfully, and that was because they used a mutant. Horrid beings, created from kidnapped humans to become monsters that they plan to use in battle. That didn't end very well. Apparently only one were successful. The unsuccessful attempts usually died, so I heard. And the one that did, was successful, eventually escaped. Luckily for us, they are probably dead by now, due to being hunted down and slaughtered by the Driders themselves, or plain old age, really. As far as I am aware, when I fell asleep, no one knew what became of it. You know, I wish I hadn't fallen asleep back then, but I guess I am glad to have met you. It has been so long since I've spoken to someone. I've been very lonely here all alone. As a warlord, I would generally spend a lot of time with my soldiers. We would have great fun socializing before getting ready for battles. I was told I was quite inspiring. I would inspire them before the battles, reminding them what they are fighting for, the very survival of their species. We weren't a very widespread species. Supposedly Driders were supposed to be our predators. However, Manti eventually became tired of this. After all, we are predators as well, and a powerful species shouldn't have to be low to such a level. We were being picked off like flies, and our population was slowly decreasing. This changed. As I mentioned before, when we fought back using special tactics, we utilized our strength, speed, and intellect. It was wonderful. Now, back on topic. I do expect you to behave, even if I have stolen you away. If you wish to remain in one piece, I suggest you do what I say and follow exactly what I say. Do it exactly when I say it. And if you're good, you might just enjoy your time with me. We could become allies. You might even learn a thing or two from me. After all, I have been alive for a while. My battle knowledge is vast, and although I might not be as familiar with human combat in particular as I could be, I'm sure I can still teach you a lot. This will allow you to defend yourself from quite a lot of predators. Things that might want to harm you. Things that might want to harm me. You see, the stronger you become, the better. Having weak offspring isn't exactly in my best interest. Not to mention, if you do end up eating me, however will you defend our young if you can't even defend yourself? Yes, we can train you up to be nice and strong. Maybe eventually you'll even be able to fight up against me. Of course, I doubt you'll be able to win, but hey, maybe we'll both have fun. Have you ever been in a battle before? They can be incredibly exhilarating. Feeling of adrenaline pumping through your veins as you watch the life slowly drain from their eyes, whilst your claws tear them to pieces, allowing you to bathe in the blood gushing out of their sliced open. I guess you don't actually have claws, but that doesn't mean you can't enjoy the thrill of a fight. Soon I'll show you the way to that euphoric feeling that engulfs you when ending life. So much to do. Maybe if you don't turn out weak, we could share more than just offspring. We'll have to see when we actually start. Oh well. Until then, I guess let's relax in this cave. You need to know your new home anyway. If you need rest, I guess I'll understand. There's no need to fear when I'm around. Of course, unless you disobey me, but hopefully it won't come to that. You can calm yourself. Shh. You can calm yourself. I'm not going anywhere. And when you're ready, perhaps later on, we can begin.